Okay, very frustrated last night and just still a little this morning. My mom gets sick. She's 81, showing symptoms of a fever, and her heart was racing and she was throwing up. And we've been watching I would call theatrics on TV with the White House and everything that's been going on, and even here in Michigan with our governor. And people just yesterday showed up in her driveway, honking there, and people driving by honking horns, holding signs about getting rid of her, and denouncing the stay-at-home order. And it's one thing when you're not really affected so much and you just sit and watch all this happening on TV, and then I tell you, when it hits home and it's you, and it's like there's no real antidote, there's nothing they can do to help you really. The idea of sending your aged parent into a hospital when you're just going to have to leave them at the door and they go into this black hole. And then, one of my old neighbors, like, well, you can use the quidoxamine or whatever. It's like, and I'm like, no, I've heard that actually more apt to kill someone. And it's just infuriating, that it's been 4 months now. We're at the end of April and we still know almost jack shit. And every day we have to turn on the TV to Bozo with his circus in Washington. I was so angry last night. I was so mad. And you feel so helpless. And it's like, because we can't do anything, and we're sitting here, I keep telling my mom, like, we're sitting here in Hickory Corners, and I feel like we could make better decisions than what's being made in Washington. And, time and time, like, because my mom, granted, we don't have a lot to do here, and we watched it all go down in China. We watched it start to go down over in Italy, and it was like, duh. It was like if two old ladies in Hickory Corners know that the pandemic's going to be here and we need to do something. How is it that people in Washington, like, oh, I don't know, I didn't know this was coming. Not only should we have seen it coming, we should have started research and testing then. And now it's so frustrating. And that's not the only decision the Hickory Corners ladies have made well in advance. There's been a couple others, just because a lot of it's just common sense and paying attention to data. And again, it's all well and good until all of a sudden you might have the corona here in your own home. We've been going out again and again, seeing people who don't wear masks. Well, the president got on TV and said, well, you don't have to wear a mask. I'm not going to wear a mask. We all know well and good that everybody he sees has been tested for this virus. He's the president of the United States. He's got the best goddamn health care and protection around him. And then to tell the American people don't wear a mask. It's nasty. I call that a nasty thing to say. You've now killed, how many people has he single-handedly killed because he's saying don't wear a mask? And then it means it's one thing again before last night. Well, yeah, that's bad, but it's another thing. He might kill my mother. President Trump could be responsible for killing my mother because we're walking around with other people not protecting us. They don't wear a mask. And it's true, wearing a mask isn't about me. It's wearing a mask is probably the most selfless thing a human being could be. It really is doing nothing for you per se directly. Wearing a mask is saving someone else's lives just in case you're carrying. To me, it's a no-brainer. Like, oh, can I save a life by putting a stupid mask on my face? Yeah. I don't have to pay thousands of dollars. I don't have to spend 50 hours doing drudge work. I just have to put a goddamn stupid, silly mask on my face. Simple, easy peasy thing, a 5-year-old. A 2-year-old could do this. But for somehow in America, oh, I can't put a mask on my face. We've got a select, group of people who can't do something a 2-year-old would do and could do. I'm very angry. So, it's watching your mother, and then who knows who else is going to get sick. My sister could get sick. Anyone in my family here, and This didn't have to happen. And there should be tons more research already completed by now. It's sitting here in April, and so, you know what? If two old ladies in Hickory Corners know what to do, how bad is our culture to have elected this person as president and these organizations that aren't leading the way?